All right, so today we're going to talk about another layer of evil that is the Amazon evil.
You know, without activation, you can't change your desktop wallpaper. You can't come in and customize your taskbar. You can't access any of this stuff here. You'll not be able to change to the dark theme, which is extremely important to me. Some of the other new features through Windows Update you won't get, so you definitely do want to activate. Today's content is brought to you by bobkeys.com. This is where I buy my Windows 10 keys, and every now and then I'll snag a game or something, but I just bought my 7th Windows 10 key here for Windows 10 Professional. You're going to get 25% off the prices you see here using coupon code TS25. So this is Windows 10 Pro, 25% off that. You want Windows 10 Home? Also, if you want to get a bundle with Microsoft Office and Windows 10, you can get that. Got all kinds of things, 2019, just lots and lots of things. Oh, this is a double 2PC. After you purchase your key, you just click up here, click on User Center. You click on My Purchased Orders. Just click on View Keys and Codes. Then in the middle of the page, you'll see your product key. Just highlight that. You're going to want to copy this, then press the Start button on your computer, and then type Activate. You'll see activation settings. Just go ahead and click on that and change product key. Paste it here, then click Next, and you will be activated. So again, thanks to bobkeys.com, TS25, head over there. The links are all on the top of the description.
Amazon destroys millions of products. This was a breaking article last month or maybe a couple of weeks ago. There was some footage that was obtained in a factory, or not a factory, in one of the, call it a factory, but in one of the warehouses in Amazon, UK. And here we've got some footage of Amazon destroying millions. Let me just go ahead and play some of this, turn the audio down. So inside the warehouse is a lot, like millions of items. And this is just in the UK, so millions and millions and millions of items. I would not be surprised if they destroyed hundreds of millions of items since they've existed. But the items get tagged as destroy, as you can see here. So the destroy. Let me do this just in case I get in trouble for this, but yep, there you can see they're labeled as destroy, and they're taken, that they're not supposed to keep them. You can't keep these items, and you cannot donate these items. Okay, they're talking to somebody there. Show me the destruction. I don't care about that stuff. All right, so blah blah blah. There we go. You get it. Like anything from laptops to screwdrivers to crotch massagers. Is that what they call them in the UK? Did you touch my crotch massager? No, I would never touch your crotch massager. So this happened to me. I understand this from an insider's perspective. I'm probably not allowed to say any of this stuff, but I don't give a fuck. So Amazon threw away a bunch of the Phoenix stuff. And I'm going to tell you how that happened. And I'm going to tell you how this works. And we're going to talk about why they do that instead of giving that away to the poor. But first, I'll give you my anecdotal, personal evidence of, or just personal, I guess, experience on how this happened. So we sent a bunch of the Amazon, or sent a bunch of our stuff over to Amazon. You gave them a box of the controllers. Controllers were probably our best-selling item on Amazon. Gave them mice, keyboards. There's some keyboards down here. And we sold through most of them, and I don't think I'm going to send them another batch, because here's the deal. We sell more on Amazon, but Amazon's cut of the items is higher than what I make. Like, they make, every time I sell a mouse, they make more money than I do, because their cut is so high for the Amazon Prime thing. So anyway, I got an email that they had taken down one of our items, and it said the item was taken down because it was suspected to be a counterfeit or a fraudulent item. And I went on and I was like, okay, so what do we need to do? And they said, well, this is very easy to fix in their email. I'm paraphrasing the emails. They said, all you have to do is send us a receipt showing that you have legally purchased these items and are rightfully allowed to sell them. So they wanted a receipt from the factory that we purchased these items from in China. And I've been to this factory over in China. I know the people, they're really cool. I went and inspected it first. Like, when I'm really particular about like who I want to do business with. I make sure that I go there. And I also, one thing, like sometimes when you go to a factory, they'll prepare everything for you. I made sure to go to Shenzhen first, be in the area, and then contact someone I know at the factory. And I was like, hey, I'm in the area. I'm going to swing by. Is 1 hour okay? And they're like, yes, of course, it's fine. Come on by. I want to see how it is without any preparations. Like, don't comb your hair. Don't make up your bed. I'm coming over. So, dog tater. Cheers. Thanks very much for that. I appreciate that. So anyway, I contacted the factory and I was like, can we get a receipt? So I got the receipt from them, like, I already had it, but I just like wanted, updated and all that stuff. Send it over to Amazon. And Amazon replies pretty quickly with, okay, great, we got your receipt, but there's a problem. The receipt must be from within the last 12 months. And I was like, but I got these things like 18, 19 months ago. I cannot give you a receipt that's within the last 12 months. So we went back and forth. And then they sent me another thing that was like, oh, by the way, even if you did have the receipt, we can't sell this item because on the bottom of the item, like right here, this is the, oh, I've moved all my cameras around. There we go. Move. Hold still. There's the bottom of the item. Get out of there, Russian lens. They were like, you have to put your address on the bottom of the item. And I didn't know this, so maybe it was a noob mistake. I looked at the bottom of a lot of different items online. Like if you look at some Microsoft mouses and stuff, on the bottom of them, it'll just say, hello from Washington. It doesn't say their actual address, but I guess that's good enough. But I looked at a lot of other items, like some items from Nintendo and stuff. They just say Nintendo of America. They don't have an address, but I guess they're big enough that it doesn't matter. The Sony controllers, the same thing. They don't have like their actual address on the bottom, but they physically want the address of our business printed on the bottom. So they said, you know what, we're not going to sell this stuff, but we'll dispose of these items for you. So we gave them a box. And the other option was that they could send them back and the shipping was going to be like, $90, $100. So they've got like 16 or 17 mice. And the option is to destroy them or send them back. And I'm looking, and in my garage, I've got like 7 or 8 boxes of these things. And I've got to move through that inventory. So I could either pay them money to add a big pile to my inventory, and here's my thoughts. So I'm thinking like, well, I need to sell through this inventory, so I'm not going to realize that $90 back for probably a year or two. And I'm also like, right now, America is going to shit. And I don't know if I want to stay in America. And if I leave America, I'm not going to lug a few $1,000s worth of boxes of these mice, as much as I'm going to take a box for me, because this is my favorite mouse. I love this mouse. I made this mouse for me. I don't care if you like it or not. I made this mouse for me. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to, if I leave the country, I'm probably not going to take the hardware with me. I'm probably just going to call up as many people as I know in the industry and be like, hey, you guys want to buy this at cost and try to resell it or whatever, because I can't take this stuff with me and I can't run the Epic Pants store in full with all the hardware from another country, but America is on fire and it's time to abandon ship. So I might do that because that's kind of how I am. I'm like, I want to go have a nice life. I don't want to sit here and fight idiots who don't believe in science. So yeah, maybe a yard sale. So that's where I was. And I just told Amazon, you know what? It's just do whatever you got to do. And they're going to destroy the items. They're destroying whatever's left. We still have a couple of other things that are on Amazon. But think about England is your crypto laws are bad. And I see England acting in a lot of similar ways to America. So maybe if Scotland declares independence, I'll head up there. Or if Wales is just like, screw all of you. Anyway, so they disposed of our stuff. And it felt really weird to be like, those are perfectly good items, like El Salvador. There you go. I like that whole area. It's pretty. Anyway, and I do speak a little Spanish. But they just, that's it. That's how it works. They destroy it all. There's no option for me to say, please donate that to charity. And if I wanted to donate it to charity myself, I would have to pay like, $90, $100 or whatever they wanted to charge me. There was like a processing fee and all this other stuff. And then if I let it sit there on the shelf while it decided, every month that it sits there on the shelf, they charge you monthly fees for shelf space and stuff like that. So a lot of companies were going to end up in this position where Amazon gives them some nonsense and they're like, hey, your items, we think they're fraud, we think they're fake, or people even said that there's like Apple laptops that they're throwing away and stuff. So I bet Amazon's like, hey, there's something wrong with this shipment. Sorry, Apple, we can send it back to you for this huge fee. And Apple's like, well, we've already got this is last year's model. We've got a huge, stack of inventory, but you can't donate it. I'm going to tell you why these items cannot be donated and why Amazon destroys them all. And it's one word, capitalism. It would bring down their the amount of money they can make if they destroyed these things. And it's the same exact principle as when you see companies like Fred Meyer is a local grocery, sort of like a Walmart, Target type thing. They do groceries and pants in the same. You can buy motor oil, pants, and groceries all in the same place. So it's a little higher quality than Walmart, but still, any place you can buy motor oil, pants, and groceries in the same place is probably not going to have the best quality goods. But that's a digression. They throw away all this stuff instead of donating it to people who are hungry. That's because that's the system we live in. If they were to start giving this stuff away, if people were to start giving away the food that's wasted in America, and most of the capitalist world, most of the first world wastes enough food to feed the world several times over. But you cannot make money unless people suffer. If you give that stuff away for free, well, the stuff that's sold on the shelves, people are going to be like, hey, that was free for them, and it's supply and demand. You have to waste. If Amazon donated stuff to charity, and someone went and found one of our mice at Goodwill or wherever the hell they're going to donate it, and they got it cheaper, or maybe it went to a secondhand store, or maybe it just ended up like just being given away. Well, maybe that's a sale that Amazon now could not make. Same thing, especially with like laptops and stuff. If they were to give away those laptops to charity events and stuff, that's each one of those. People get a laptop. If someone needs a laptop, they're going to go online and they're going to buy it. If they really need it and they've got the money to do so. So Amazon destroys all of that stuff. It's pure greed. And that's how it works. And I don't think that I've seen any articles or any, like sort of inside perspectives from somebody who sells or has sold things on Amazon who knows what it's like and who knows like the process of them destroying things. So they do notify me, and there was an option, and I would imagine a lot of the companies that they work with, they notify them first and give them an option of like, hey, you can pay a fee and you can pay shipping and we'll send all these things back to you. But if they're in the similar position to me where they have inventory there, they're going to have to pay. I already had to pay once to send it to them, and I had to pay for shelf space. And now I'm going to have to pay to get it back. It's like throw your hands up, just destroy it, Yeah, corporations, they don't care about the bottom. They don't care about the environment. They don't care about the customers unless they can take money out of their pockets. They do not care about the vendors, and Amazon especially does not care about the small vendors. They just want to extract maximum profits. So anyway, Amazon's one of the worst companies on the earth. And just because Jeff Bezos stepped down does not mean they're going to be any less evil. Right now, we live in a world where the billionaires are having a space race all unto themselves. You've got Bezos and Musk and now Richard Branson all racing to outer space. It's like a galactic level dick measuring competition. So yeah. Anyway, that's the Amazon stuff. Next, I want to talk about Tencent, but I'm going to clap again, so everybody hold your ears, because this is how I'm going to edit these videos, but I'll do a little outro for YouTube here. So that was my outro. I've decided that's the outro. So thanks for watching, everybody. Watch the next video. It's going to be about Tencent. Everyone's favorite company, Tencent.